What's going on, everybody? So I was out here today, haven't shot any yet, but I wanted to talk about a big topic when it comes to hunting game with a traditional bow. A lot of times when you're hunting, you'll see the animal come out, you'll see the silhouette. Sometimes it'll be dark, or you'll just look at the animal as a whole, and that's like one of the most one thing that you have to get over when you're hunting with these kind of bows. You can't look at that target as the whole target. You have to pick a spot in order to be accurate. Even when a deer comes out close, say 15 yards or less, you're going to look down at that deer and be like, okay, there's the deer. See the outline of the body. May even see just half the deer, when you draw it out on them. But you don't want to be looking at just that half of the deer or the deer as a whole. You need to figure out a spot either behind his shoulder, in the armpit area, some spot you can take and really put that focus and concentration into to make an accurate shot on the deer target or the deer itself. So I have a balloon set up on my block target down here, and that'll help me to concentrate on a small little area instead of that block as a whole, which is going to ultimately make all my shots more accurate if you can learn how to do that. All right, so we're going to start out just taking 2 shots with our field points. There's a little balloon on my block target. I don't know if y'all can see it. It looks like a black dot down there, and we're going to concentrate and focus on that. This is my first shot of the day. It'll be like a hunting shot, but I want to really take my time on it and see how close I can get to that blue spot. All right, so that was a great shot. The arrow looked like it kicked up a little bit, but I'm like an inch to the right of that blue dot. Let's go down there and check it out. I'm gonna shoot one more arrow at it before we do make the walk, but right now, pretty impressed with that shot. All right, let's go check those 2 arrows out. I feel good about them. All right, y'all, so y'all know that I have been shooting my Timber Go Super Curve again. This bow is pretty amazing to me. It's fast. I'm super accurate with it, and I'm pretty sure I can get the job done. Y'all check out these arrows I just put on the target. That's pretty close to this blue. Here's the blue dot, but that's pretty close to that dot, and both my arrows were pretty much in the same spot. I'll call that a good shot all day, and that's what we're going to practice for, just maintaining focus on the spot. All right, y'all, so you're not going to get the same shot every time. You have to move around when you're shooting. I shoot a lot from the same spot in my backyard, but before I go hunting, I really like to, take some shots at different ranges, different angles. This is about probably a 19-yard shot from here, 20-yard shot. And I just like to see if I can still focus on that target, focus on that spot, and get pretty close to it. Now, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but that arrow is right in that balloon. It may be a hair to the right, but it's either touching it or hitting inside that balloon that I set on that target. Now, that's what I'm talking about, is focusing on a spot. I don't care how long it takes you to shoot the shot. I don't care about your form. You need to maintain good form and focus, but if you can get dialed in on that spot and go through with your shot process like you're used to and know everything's together, you're going to make a pretty accurate shot. Now, that shot right there was to the left, but once again, I'm pretty close to that balloon. Let's go check them out. This Timber Ghost bow right here is pretty balanced, really accurate, and plenty fast for what I need to do. That first shot was a great shot. Hit right in the balloon where I was looking, and this second one wasn't bad at all. If I can maintain a group that tight during a hunting situation, it's gonna be a pretty effective, accurate shot. All right, y'all, so talking about focus on this video, in every hunting situation, every time you get an animal in front of you, like I said, you need to maintain full concentration on where you're gonna put that arrow. You need to quit worrying about, you don't have to read the animal, but you need to quit worrying about what that animal's doing and go ahead and get your spot picked out of where you want to put your arrow. Keep it locked in. The animal, the deer, hog, they're going to move around, but you need to go ahead and maintain that focus, that total concentration on that spot. Because if you start looking at that animal as a whole, like I said, the animal is going to move, or you're going to move your bow arm to accommodate where you think the arrow needs to go, and most of the times you're going to miss. Anyway, I have my target set up. This is about a 28, 29 yard shot from here. But we're going to focus on that balloon again and put this arrow pretty close to it. All right, so that arrow was right in line with that deer, with that balloon, but it dropped off a ton. I don't know if the wind caught it or what, but we're gonna shoot one more and see if we make an accurate shot on this one. All right, so that was a way better flying arrow. We're a little bit to the left of the balloon, but I call that a pretty good shot right there. All right, so I'm not going to complain about those two shots. I'm not sure what happened with the first arrow. It was in line with the balloon, but it dipped off. And this second shot was a few inches to the left here, which I wouldn't call acceptable, but it was a pretty straight flying arrow. All right, so I'm going to take two more shots. My first two weren't the best, but at this distance, like I said, if we still maintain that form of focus, we should be pretty close to where we want to hit. Even if we're a few inches off left and right, like I said, you don't really need to be shooting at an animal at this distance, but you know, there's always a time where, you know, that's all you have, so you got to try it. Let's take our time and get super focused on this balloon. All right, good shot. I raised my bow arm up to compensate. It was a little bit high, but it was right down the middle where I was looking at. All right, y'all, so that second shot was a whole miss on my part. I told my dog to go find my arrow, and she did, and we got some she took it out with her teeth. So I'm gonna still shoot these. They should fly pretty good still, but we're gonna have to go refletch them here in a little while. I feel pretty confident with this bow. I know it has the speed to put the arrows where I'm looking, and right there at that balloon is the spot I have picked out. So that's what that's about the size or smaller we'll be staring at on a deer target. This arrow right here is not gonna be able to fly too perfect anymore, having two feathers and then one off. I tried to shoot it and did. It winged out a little bit, flew a little weird, so we're gonna just focus on shooting this one arrow. But anyway, let's focus on that balloon, see if we can get one arrow at least to fly right and hit where we're looking. Pretty close, good straight shot. I'll take it. All right, the arrow didn't fly exactly how I wanted to on this one, but like I said, we maintained our focus, and we're pretty close to that balloon. I moved the balloon onto my deer target there. I put it a little bit higher than the spot I'd be looking at to kill, but we're gonna focus on that balloon now, on the deer target, and hopefully make a few good shots. Like I said, I only have one arrow right now, so we're gonna have to make one shot at a time. That's what I'm talking about with focus. The arrow landed exactly where I was looking. Should be right inside of that balloon, but let's go check it out. I can get it done with this bow. Pretty confident with it now. Like I said, I can hit the balloon at different distances, different angles, and keep my focus and form with this bow and other bows as well. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that maintaining that focus on that little spot is the key to all my traditional archery. No matter if I'm shooting a longbow, a super curve, my Schaefer silver tip recurve, my timber ghost super curve, they all ultimately you have to learn how the bow shoots and learn to pick that small spot on a target. Keep good form and maintain that a good arrow flight. If you're getting up and down flight, adjust your knock point. If you're getting the left and right, your arrow may be out of spine. You might need to add some point weight. You might need to lower point weight, cut the arrow down, etc. There's a lot of things you can do to adjust. You can build your side plate out, build your rest material a different way, but I always seem to use Velcro on my bows. Just a little thin layer of Velcro. That's what I like to shoot on all of them. On this one, I actually have a rubber band underneath just for a little shelf on both my side plate and my rest right here. It's just a one rubber band that I put in there, and it seems to be helping these arrows stay where they need to go. But I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows into my deer target now, and maintain that good focus and form, and I'll see how we feel about them. Good shot, a little bit to the left was a good shot. This one's a messed up feather, and I'm hoping I can get it to fly somewhat normal. Perfect shot. It went exactly where I was looking, so there was no problem with that arrow. All right, y'all, I appreciate y'all watching the video today. It's a kind of a short one, but I put a can down there right where the heart shot is on my deer target. We're gonna take 2 concentrated shots on this, and hopefully we'll get a hit. We're gonna get a hit on one of them, there's no doubt. My form and focus are gonna stay in all good, so we won't have to worry about a miss. All right, that deer just stepped in. He's looking around, fixing to drop his head to eat some acorns that a oak's dropping right now. So we'll get ready and put an arrow through his heart. Good shot in the heart, a little bit to the left, but it would have been a kill shot. Now let's put one in the can. Ooh, hit the can, awesome shot, just what we were wanting to do. Dead deer all day. All right, so the second shot with the timber ghost was right on top of the can, but like I said, we still hit the can. Watch this. So that's a good shot to me. I'll take that as a hit a kill shot all day long. So those last two shots were pretty good. The first one was a little bit left for me. I'm not going to take that as a great shot, but the last one was right in the can where I was looking, and that was a good shot. Let's see if we can put two more down there. Good shot. Right to the left of the can. Good shot. A little bit low. It was right in the center though where I was looking at. On these next two shots, I'm going to focus a little bit longer and see if we can make a better group. All right, y'all, last two shots of this video. I'm confident with this bow. I can pick a spot with it, maintain good form, and put that arrow pretty close to where I'm looking. So as far as a hunting situation goes, I'm ready. Let's maintain a really good focus on this can this time. Just keep that shot drawn back, and not let this shot go until we know we're going to hit the bottom of this can. Hit the can. That's what I'm talking about right there. It edged on the left side of it, but it hit the bottom of the can like I was wanting to do. That's pretty close. All right. Didn't take my time on that shot. I shot right under the can. I knew I was in alignment good, but that's not acceptable here. I want two shots in that can. We're going to do it one more time. All right, let's put these two in the can, both of them. There's one. Hit the can. Good stuff right there. Boom, hit the can. Both of those shots were good shots, focused. I knew right when I got into alignment I was going to hit, so I went ahead and let go. Didn't take much time, but they were both accurate. I picked my spot and the arrows went where I was looking. All right, so both of these shots they hit the can. They were close in the vitals, and I'll accept them. They right where I was looking in this area, and I'll call that good. I put the balloon on top of that can. It'll give us another point to focus at. If we can do this, maintain focus on the balloon, we should be good to go on any spot we pick, and hopefully we'll hit the can and maintain our focus and form on that balloon. Awesome shot. I hit the balloon. Form was pretty perfect, and feel really good about that arrow flight. Timber Ghost recurve, super curve. This is my last shot. Hit the can, hit the balloon. Feel really good about that shot. Ghost recurve, super curve. This is my last shot. Hit the can, hit the balloon. Feel really good about that shot.